Hi everyone, in this video we are going to be choosing the right IDE for the Angular development. Let's do it. There are several IDEs you can use to develop Angular applications, but I want to introduce you one of my favorite. Open your internet browser and go to the Google search page and type Visual Studio Code. After that, select the first link. Some of key features of the Visual Studio Code are debugging the code with breakpoints. There are built-in Git commands, and one of the coolest features is that it is extendable through plugins such as Angular, Python, C++, etc. At the bottom of the page, download the right version for your operating system by clicking on the blue button. Please wait until the download is finished and install the IDE after that. If you want to learn more about the editor, you can go through the documentation page, which appears right after the download. After the installation, open the Visual Studio Code application, which appears with an empty project. On the left bar, you see some useful tools, such as the search tool, where you can search for everything in the project. Another tool is the source control, where you can commit, update your project, and see your changes. And for sure, the extensions tool, where you can search for extensions and install them. In our case, for Angular development, we need and should install the Pretty for code formatting, Angular snippets, Angular language service, Angular schematics, TS-linked extensions. Now we are ready and we can import our Angular project we created using the Angular CLI in the last episode. For that, go to the file and click on Open Folder, select the root folder of our project and wait until it is imported. After the import, open the project. You can see all files with extensions within the project, and most of them are editable inside the Visual Studio Code. We see app.component.ts, which is a TypeScript file holding the application client logic, and spec.ts file, which contains tests for the app.component.ts file, and some configuration files in the JSON format. One of them is the angular.json file. To build our Angular application, open a terminal in the IDE and type ng-build and hit enter. As you can see, the CLI begins to build the application in the dist folder. This output folder can be edited in the angular.json configuration file. Let's add a new test module to our application. You can add it manually by creating all of the files, but we are going to use the CLI to generate a module for us. For that, in the terminal type ng-generate module test. Test is the name of our module. And finally, hit enter. Let's add a component to our module. For that, in the terminal, type ng-generate component test and hit again enter. Now you can see 4 files generated: test.component.html file, test.component.scss, test spec file with some generated tests, the test component TypeScript file, and the test module with our test component declared. The CLI also imported our test module to our root app module. I recommend highly to use the CLI to be more productive. That was it for this part. With that being said, see you in the next part. Until then, cheers!